What's up, guys? Another early morning needs another spring hike here in Colorado. Today I'm going to be hiking Torreys Peak via the Tuning Fork Couloir. For a full hike review of Torreys Peak via the Tuning Fork Couloir, please check the link below. All right, let's get after it. The Tuning Fork Couloir is not the standard route of Torreys Peak, but it's a great option if you're looking to ski or snowboard in the spring and summer months here in Colorado. So it's about 3,500 feet of vertical, give or take, depending on snow coverage. And it's rated as basically like a blue/black in terms of a ski resort run. Obviously, you have to have good snow, which I think we do today, so it should be a really fun time. It's about 10 miles round trip, and yeah, we'll be showing you some of the obstacles and challenges we run into along the way. Someone was nice enough to build this bridge. This is the first crossing. Just head up the stream a bit and you'll find it no problem. Once you get to this stream crossing, if it's not passable with your feet, then there's like a side trail here that you can go all the way up and rejoins the road, because the road here crosses this creek and then crosses it again to come back to this same side. If you're in a car, this is the kind of conditions you can expect. The later in the year you come, the less water there'll be. So the stream crossings are proving to be a bit more difficult than we anticipated. So we're kind of just bushwhacking it right now, attempting to find a reasonable spot to cross. But the water is really high. Theoretically, you could just take off your boots and socks and walk across, but we're really not looking to do that today. Once you're near the upper trailhead, as of July 2019, this is what you're looking at. A big avalanche rolled through here, and so you get to cross a debris field. So if the creeks weren't fun enough, now you get to do this. What a bonus. Here is the first real solid look of Torreys. The Y Couloir is over here, / Tuning Fork. That's the way you ride it all the way down. Snow looks good, but our timing is not great, so we'll see how far up we can make it. Another avalanche here. This approach has been a bitch, but the first good thing we've had happen to us all day is that the river was frozen over, creek, sorry. And so we're just gonna send it straight up here. The standard approach, if there is one, I don't even know what this word standard really means in this situation, but would be to round this hill and then go up. But because of the time limitation, we're just gonna go straight up here. Working our way up this steep ass hill, but a cool perspective there of the avalanche. Shows you how powerful it is. Looks like someone just mowed the lawn, but they're all massive pine trees. So it will level off a bit once we get over this little hump right here, and then we're basically at the base of the couloir. At the entrance base of the Y / Tuning Couloir here, the snow is pretty soft at the bottom. In terms of like skiing and snowboarding, the initial part is the steepest, so it's probably like a double black, and then it mellows out once you get up higher, and it's like a blue-black kind of deal. Around 12,200 feet right now. This is looking down the steepest part of the couloir. After this section, it mellows out a bit. Where the Y, or the fork of the Tuning Fork, starts, and this is where we're going to be turning around today. Sucks, but those creek crossings this morning just really kind of mentally demoralized us. Took a lot of time off the table, and looking west, there's some iffy looking clouds moving in, so that, and factoring with the snow being super soft early in the day, we just kind of ran out of gas here. So it's part of like I said in the Humble Peak video, it's part of being outside, it's part of being in nature. It just happens, it sucks, but you got to make the smart decision. And I think for both of us, we're on the same page. So we're gonna just call it quits and get enough, at least a couple nice turns on the way down here. Leave you some views here. So that's Mount Snicktow, and then basically on the other side of that is Loveland Pass. So yeah, but you can see the clouds there. They just look pretty dark, and we'll be able to get down quick, so it shouldn't be a problem. But if we kept going, who knows what would happen. Overall, from what we were able to do of Y, it's pretty solid. I mean, the first part is definitely steep, and it kind of gets your legs pumped right when you get onto the snow, so pace yourself if you're coming up. If you were to continue this, you'd basically head up the rest of the way here to the ridge, and then the summit of of Torreys is like right there. So you know, you're pretty close, but it's deceiving. We're at about 12.6, 12.5, so you still have another about 2,000 feet to gain from here, even though, you know, it looks pretty close. Ooh, I'm a little rusty. It is nice, but man, my legs are not used to doing this. Ooh, little sun cups. Heading back down now, and although overall we didn't accomplish the goal we wanted to, this is kind of the nature of the mountains. Once you start getting into more technical and non-standard routes, it's just a lot of things can go wrong, a lot of variables. For instance, you know, this road we're walking up right now, it was the biggest thing that threw us for a loop this morning, and you know, ultimately it cost us a ton of time. So, but you know, you just have to keep it in perspective that, especially stuff like this, which is pretty much good every year, maybe not in July, but you can always come back and do it again. So, but that's just a kind of an important thing to keep in mind. You know, when you start going on to stuff that's not a standard route, you know, maybe not even have a trail sometimes, it's like you got to give yourself a ton of extra time, which we did, but sometimes things just don't work out the way you want to. So you got to be flexible and willing to turn back. Back at the car now where we started. We ended up a couple miles short of the summit, but from this first river stream crossing here, probably be about 10 miles round trip. Yeah, this is just a kind of a hike where you'd only want to do it in the spring to do the Couloir, because otherwise it would be a really eaten out rocky mess. So check conditions, make sure it's still full of snow. Typically what that'll mean is from January to about June on average, maybe later depending on the year. Overall, you know, there's just a lot of route finding on this for sure. It's not straightforward. Grizzly Gulch as of 2019 this year, I don't think will ever be the same because of all those avalanches up there. So, you know, don't plan on being able to drive the whole way. Plan on the 10 miles, and if you can get farther, great. The road is in really rough shape. I wouldn't recommend any car, even like four-wheel drive cars. You're only going to be able to make it so far, or you need to be a really good driver. So yeah, kind of proceed after this point at your own caution. But solid down the mountain. Obviously disappointing we weren't able to summit, but again, like I said earlier, that's the nature of the game. So for a full hike review of Torreys Peak via the Tuning Fork Couloir, you could check the link below. Thanks for watching, and as always, please subscribe if you don't want to miss any future hike reviews. See you next time.